Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be my everyday makeup look that I've been wearing to university or college, as you guys call it in America. A couple of things to say before we start. Firstly, I am sick, so if my voice sounds weird through this video, it's because my nose is blocked and I can't really talk properly, so sorry about that. I hope it's not too annoying. Secondly, something else that might be annoying is there is construction going on right behind my house, and you may or may not be able to hear that through the video as well. Now, I don't wear makeup every day, not even when I'm going out. Like, if I'm going to uni, I might do a full face of makeup like I have today. I might do brows and a bit of lipstick, or I might do no makeup at all. It depends how I'm feeling, it depends how much time I have in the morning, it depends if I'm going to the gym after uni or not, because if I'm going to the gym straight after class, then I'm not going to bother to put any makeup on. So I have absolutely no issues being in class or like out in public with no makeup. I have no problems with that. I wear makeup because I think it's fun to apply, I think it looks pretty, but at the same time I'm not gonna do like a bright green eyeshadow with like purple lipstick. Like, I'm not gonna wear that when I'm going to university. So this is the type of makeup that I wear when I'm going to university if I've chosen to do a full face that day. So I hope you enjoy watching this video. Feel free to subscribe if you are new here. I upload a new video every single week, and let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to start, as always, with my Too Faced Hangover Primer. I've been just really enjoying this. I just find that it hydrates my skin and just makes the foundation apply a lot smoother over top. And I know you're not supposed to rub it on, but honestly, like, whatever, it takes way too long to pat it on. And yes, my face goes red when I rub it, but it'll be gone in like a couple of minutes, so whatever. Next, I'm going to take my Bourjois Healthy Mix Serum Foundation, and I'm going to apply this with a sponge. I just find that this doesn't apply very nicely if you use a brush. It looks quite streaky and drying, but if I apply it with a sponge, then it looks perfectly fine. Using my Maybelline Fit Me Concealer, I'm just going to conceal under my eyes and just blend this out with the sponge as well. I've kind of realized recently that I have dry under eyes, and when I blend my concealer out with a brush, it does tend to look quite drying, but if I blend it out with a sponge, then it kind of helps keep a little bit of moisture under my eyes. So next, going in with my e.l.f. Under Eye Loose Setting Powder. This has almost completely gone. I probably only have maybe 3 or 4 more uses left in this. So I have to set my under eye concealer with a loose powder, otherwise it creases. But again, I don't want my under eyes to look quite dry, so what I've been doing recently is starting on the outer corner, because it's the inner part that looks the most dry. So if I start here and apply most of the product on that outer corner and then just kind of sweep it in, and that way there's just a little less product on the inner corner. So it still stops it from creasing, but it doesn't apply so much powder that it looks dry. And then using my Maybelline Fit Me powder to set the rest of my face. Next, I'm taking my Too Faced Shadow Insurance. I'm just using this to stop my eyelids from creasing. Now, this can get a little oily if you don't use it for a few days. You might find that when you do go to use it, it just like oil comes out the top. It's a little bit weird. It might also be because mine is a little bit old. I've probably had this for over a year now, and it was given to me by a friend who had used it previously as well. So I don't actually know how old it is, but it still works perfectly fine, so I'm still using it. And then I'm going in with my YSL palette. You don't need this particular palette. I'm only using like very common shades. So the first one that I'm using is actually for my brows. It's going to be this one over here. So, I mean, just do your brows however you normally do your brows. I just don't actually have a brow pencil or a brow pomade at the moment, so I'm just using the brown shades that come in palettes. I am planning on picking up a brow pencil in the next month or two, so if you have any recommendations, feel free to leave them down below. I really enjoyed the ColourPop brow pencil when I had that a year or two ago. I think they have new ones now, but when I looked on the website, they didn't have the new one in my shade. I'm really sorry if you can hear the construction, by the way. It's like literally right behind my house, and if I wait for it to stop, I would literally never put up another video because it's just always going. But yeah, I've never tried like the Anastasia Dip Brow or the Hourglass Brow Pencil or anything, so if you think they are worth the money and worth the hype, then let me know. Or otherwise, like, is the Colourpop one like literally just as good? Because I don't want to waste my money if it is. And I'm just using my Maybelline Brow Drummer just to set that in place. So also from the YSL palette, I'm just going to use the light cream shade just to set the eyeshadow primer. So you should have this in, probably most palettes have a shadow like this, so again, you don't need to be using this shade from this palette. It's just that I'm using the Naked palette for the rest of my eyeshadow look, and the only shadow in there that is light enough to do this with is Virgin, but because it's like, it's not matte, so it's just not my favourite to use to set eyeshadow primer. Alright, so going in with the Naked palette, I'm first going to start with the Naked shade and just kind of use that as a transition, kind of just pop it everywhere in the crease just to kind of get a bit of colour on my lid. I used to use this as my crease shade, but now I definitely have realised that it's just a transition shade on me. It's just too light to be an actual crease shade, so we're going to go in with Buck in a moment as my crease shade. So I'm going to take a little bit of Buck just on the same brush and just place that a little bit lower so it's not kind of going everywhere. And I'm also just going to focus it on the outer corner. And it's mostly going in the same places, but I'm just being like a little bit more careful with it, as opposed to Naked, which I just kind of plopped everywhere. I love this brush because you can blend as you go, because it is a blending brush, but I just like to use it to place the crease colours. And then I'm just going to take Sin and just pop this on the lid. And if you're using a different eyeshadow palette, like I swap my eyeshadow palettes every month, so I literally just go for the lightest kind of natural shade that's in the palette. Just because I don't want anything too over the top and bright for uni. I have worn Sidecar instead of Sin a couple of times to uni, just because that's my favourite shade in this palette. But it is a little bit darker and it's a little bit less natural. And then just back in with a blending brush once more just to blend that lid shade into the crease shades. And then using Virgin just to highlight the inner corner and the brow bone. And once again, if you're not using this palette, just use like the lightest shade for this, or if you don't have a suitable shade, then you can literally just use your highlighter. And vice versa. If you don't have a good highlighter that you're using at the moment, you can use the shade from your palette that you use to highlight your inner corner and brow bone. So for mascara, I've been using the Maybelline Colossal Big Shot Volume Express. It's quite a long name. I have been enjoying the Benefit Bad Gal Bang Mascara, but I find that it's too much for like a day-to-day wear. And it's not the look that I'm going for when I'm going to uni. When I'm going to uni, I want something a bit more natural, a bit more like fluttery. So this one has been great for that. It's probably my current favourite mascara. I don't know if it beats my Clinique Chubby Lash, but I don't have that one at the moment. So of the mascaras that I currently have in my collection, this is my favourite. And I don't put any mascara on my bottom lashes because it just tends to smudge on me by the end of the day, so I don't want that look. Alright, for bronzer recently I've been using the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzing powder. I always say this, but I just have a little mini like deluxe sample size. And I kind of use this to like semi-contour and bronze at the same time. I'm not one for a harsh contour, so you've probably never seen that on me. And then for blush, depending on like what clothes I'm wearing, I've really been enjoying using this one from Natio. This is the Peach Glow blush, and obviously this is a peachy tone blush, so if I'm wearing something like pink or cool toned, then I won't use this, but most days I've been using this for uni. Just because I think the tone of it is very complementary to my skin tone, and it kind of just brings a bit of life back to my face. And especially when we've gone for something very like natural and kind of brown on the eyes, I like to bring a bit of warmth into the rest of my face. And then for highlighter, my old favourite MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Lightscapade. This one now that I'm coming back to it after using some different ones, I do find that it's a little bit more natural than kind of what I'm used to. But I still think that that makes it a really good option for just for everyday use, like going to uni, going to work. I am actually about to start my first practicum, so I've been at uni for the last like 7 weeks or something, but I'm going to be in a school trying out my teaching skills very soon. So I'll probably do another get ready with me of like teacher's makeup quite soon, and it's probably going to be a lot less makeup than this because I'm not going to be wearing a full face of makeup going to school. And finally for the lips, the main product that I've been wearing this year to university is actually just not even a lipstick. It is the Lancome Juicy Shaker in the shade Mangoes Wild. So you shake it up, smells like mangoes, it's absolutely amazing, and then it's just quite a subtle like stain kind of colour. I love how natural this is, and I love that even though yes it is going to come off when you eat or when you drink, it's not going to be obvious that you had a lip product on that's now gone. It just all comes off nicely and you can reapply it. I do not need a mirror to apply this, so it's just such a fuss-free, easy product. And if you've been around on my channel for the last like year or so, you've probably heard me talking about this a whole bunch of times. So this is the finished look. This is the makeup that I wear to university or college. Like I said at the start of the video, I don't wear makeup every day when I'm going to university, but if I am wearing makeup to university, this is the kind of look that I will be wearing. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you give it a thumbs up if you did, and I will see you again next time. Bye!